Hey guys! So, this past weekend I attended Lifeway Girls Conference in Nashville, which is like a girls' ministry conference, and they have stuff for like youth leaders and stuff, and they have stuff for girls. So my mom and another mom took me and a few of my friends, and it was so amazing. Like, the theme for the weekend was dwell, like dwelling in God's presence and in His Word and all that. And it was just such an amazing experience. Sarah Reeves led worship, and that was great. And I attended one session, which was led by Annie Downs, and she said a lot of things that really struck me. Like, her session was called Everyday Courage, and she was talking about being brave. The first thing she said that really struck me, and this is how she started the session. She said that there were two things that she wanted us to know. The first one was that God made us on purpose. Like, He made us with a specific purpose. We're not just kind of here, we're not just chilling out. We have a purpose. And the second thing that she told us was that God wants us to be brave. He made us to be brave. He didn't make us to be weak, to sit aside. Annie defined courage as ignoring the voices of fear. Like, yes, you're scared, but you do it anyway. And this is the next thing she said that really blew my mind. Something that I had never thought about before. Nobody in the Bible knew how their story was going to end. Except Jesus, of course. But nobody else in the Bible knew how their story was going to end. Jonah didn't know if he was ever going to get out of that whale. Mary was a virgin who was engaged, and she was just told she was going to have God's son. She didn't know how that was going to end. The disciples knew that following Jesus could be insanely dangerous, and it cost a lot of them their lives. And there was a story that she focused on a lot from Daniel 3. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow down to this statue. The king had said, okay, there's this statue here, and when the music plays, everyone has to bow down to it. And they knew that. So the music plays, and everyone starts bowing down. And these three stand. They refuse to bow down because they cannot. They know this is wrong, we can't do this. So, the king calls them, and he's like, okay, maybe you don't know what's going on. And he explains to them again that when the music plays, they're supposed to bow down. And they say, no, we can't do that. And they didn't know what was going to happen, but they knew they had to stand for what was right. So then the king says to throw them in the burning furnace, a furnace that's heated way hotter than it even normally is. And the men throwing them into the furnace died just from the flames jumping out at them. That's how hot this furnace was. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are thrown into the furnace. And then, people look in the furnace, and there are 4 people there. Now, we don't really know exactly who that 4 was. We know that was somebody sent by God. Somebody from heaven sent by God to help them. And so the king's like, okay, something's messed up here. And get them out of this furnace. And they pull them out, and they get them out, and they don't even smell like smoke. They're completely unharmed. And then the king is the king recognizes that this is the work of the one true God. And is okay, now everyone in the country is going to worship this God, the one true God. So because of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's bravery, their whole country was changed. Is that not kind of incredible? So they didn't know how their story was going to end, but they were brave because God made us to be brave. And we don't know how our stories are going to end either, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to be brave. We have to be brave in this world filled with so many horrible things. We have to stand and say, no, I'm not going to do that. We have to be brave and stand for what's right even when everyone else kneels. being brave isn't always something that's easy for me. And, I mean, to some people it comes fairly naturally. But some people have to work at it more. But God made us to be brave. So let's give it a shot. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about being brave. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all later. Bye.